you see the title, you know it's about to come up. It's a whole big ass haul for some Kamen Rider SHF. And this haul, there's a bunch of different SHF. There's like, let me just put one in front just so that there's something to look at while I give the backstory. It's like a huge white box, medium-sized box with a bunch of Kamen Rider figuarts. I'm gonna put this one just because it's the biggest one. So, for example, let's go Knicks. So, basically, like, there's this dude that's selling his collection, and he was selling a bunch of figuarts for like super good prices. Normally, I have more restraint. Normally, I have more like, let me not buy this. But fuck, you know, it was pretty funny too when I was talking to the guy. And he's also like a really cool person. But in the picture that he showed, like, I only wanted 3 figures, but I saw that he had a bunch, so I'm like, all right, let me see what else you have. So originally I was just gonna buy 3 figures, but the more he showed me, the more I'm like, fuck, gotta get that one. Especially because the prices, like I said, they're too good to say no. Kind of hoping my girlfriend doesn't see this, so she doesn't know, so she doesn't question how much I spent. The first figure that will go over, man, it's already right there. So the first figure is this one right here. And let me tell you also, when I placed my order with him and I sent money and all that, it was already for a whole order, let's say. And then later on that night, I was looking at the pictures that he sent, and just like to look through them because I was hyped. And then I noticed that one of the boxes that I did not read, I guess I was lazy or some shit, but one of the boxes that I did not notice the first time he sent was actually this figure. And I'm like, damn, he has that figure. Hopefully it's not out of stock anymore, but also hopefully it's sold already because I already bought a bunch of stuff at this point. I'm like, damn. But yeah, it was like $100 for this set, which is insanely good, I think. And I gotta get it. So I bought it. I have good memories with Xaid because of my friend Jameek. Whoops, sorry about that. My girlfriend ended up calling, so I ended up just telling her everything. I started with, the price was too good to pass up with. First of all, I thought I would never get this because I saw it on my other friend's collection, and I'm like, damn, those figures look sweet, but it's probably like super eBay prices to get them now. But yeah, the guy was selling it for like 100, and I guess if you split it up, since there's 2 figures in this, it's like 50-50 each. Either way, sick figures. Let's see if we could get them out the box. Most of these he already did, like, open up already. He's like me where we just like open it up, pose it a bit, put it back in the box. Here's just one of them. There's like paper in the back I don't want to drop. Damn, looks sick. Alright, so that's 1 out of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 out of 5. I was counting this twice because there's 2 of them up. Second figure, it's Genim Zombie. I gotta like face it towards the light a bit every time, but damn, man. I'm glad I bought this because I wasn't sure about getting it at first. When he was telling me about this figure, what do you call it? I didn't know that Genim had two different belts in the show. So he was using this one, and then eventually he was using the Xaid like regular belt towards the end. But this is the one where he killed Laser in, and he looks sick using those stolen ass weapons. So hyped to have this. One of my favorite riders in the show. One of my favorite riders, even though I didn't know that he had 2 different belts. Third figure, it's the Renewal, I almost said Wisdom. Renewal Wizard from Wizard. I didn't even know that they did a renewal for this dude, but when I looked up like pictures of him, man, they made the cape like flexible so that you could get some sick poses with this. And it's one of my favorite designs. I think this was the first Kamen Rider I actually tried out, Wizard. but it was either Wizard or Gaim, and then I either started with Wizard and then I didn't really like it, so I started watching Gaim, and I love Gaim, or I started Gaim and then I watched this after, and then I just stopped watching Kamen Rider altogether until I started Build. But yeah, this figure is sweet. I won't take this one out the box. I think I'll just like talk a bit about each one I got and show the haul. But yeah, this one, for example, like the renewal ones, when they're out of pre-order, or in general, like when they're out of pre-order, it's harder to get. But he sold this one at a great price also. This one was the highest like price out of all the ones that I bought. This one was $100. Usually like 150 or some shit, I don't know. But here's the next one, going in random order so you can't really expect it. This is Base X8, and I think this is the original like box. It's the original release. I know this got released a few times, I think. The second time being the Zio anniversary one. But yeah, sweet figure. This again, like I didn't think I'd ever get this. I didn't start collecting X8 at all because that was a rabbit hole that seemed too expensive, because a lot of the figures already came out. They were like triple the price or double the price, so I didn't want to hop into that rabbit hole. But happy to get this and a few other ones from X8. He's got the goofy ass Mario jump here. He's got some window box packaging here. Nice stuff. So I lost track, but the fourth or something figure that I bought, he threw these in, but you already know what's going on. I got Base, Drive. When I first got into figures, actually, this was one of the figures that I saw online of Kamen Rider. And I was like, damn, that design's sweet. Not sweet enough for me to start the show though, but I used to always see this figure. I guess this was the season or something when I got into collecting. But this figure was I actually don't think I even looked it up, like how much it might have costed. I already knew that it would cost like more than how much I was willing to spend. Keep in mind, my frame of reference was Marvel Legends, so I'm trying to spend like $15, 20 on figures. But that was back in college. But yeah, this dude sold it at a good ass price. He sold Drive with these accessory pieces for $60. For $60, he just threw these in. But yeah, the accessory pieces, I was actually gonna pass up on them, but he ended up just like throwing it in. But yeah, hyped to have Drive. This might motivate me to start the show too. I've been meaning to start the show because I heard that it was good. I heard it was good, but every time I start the show, like I guess it's kind of episodic in the beginning, so I never got to like go all the way. Pause. But this design is too sweet, and I'm actually have to take pictures of him. I feel like it's coming full circle, and I gotta take pictures of him. The fact that I actually have him now. But yeah, sweet design. Only 2 more figures left to show, and I'm gonna leave my favorite one for last, but this is a close first for my favorite. It's Kamen Rider Snipe. Man, first of all, when I saw this on his for sale post, I'm like, fuck, I hope no one bought it yet, because I saw the post date, the post time, it's like 12 hours or 8 hours. I'm like, damn, someone already definitely bought like everything in this picture already. But when I hit him up, everything was still available, so I'm like, yo, PayPal ready. But here we got some Snipe with his gun. It's been a while since I saw the show, so I do not remember him having that longer gun. Snipe looking cool in the back too. This design, I actually didn't really like it at first. It took until I actually watched the show to give a shit about the suit. I feel like that's how it usually is. But yeah, man, good memories of X8 because of Jameek again. And I think he was one of my favorite characters, but they didn't really do too much with like giving him power-ups and all that. And the last figure from this haul. Before I get to the last figure, shout out to the seller. He was a really cool dude, really like respectful and all that shit, but he really hooked it up, so I appreciate that about him. But yeah, so the last, oh, this one is fully like sealed still and everything. He did not open this, I think. Oh shit. So the last figure is Kamen Rider Brave. Almost dropped him. Let me just pull this stool up. Kamen Rider Brave. So on Instagram, I used to see like a bunch of pictures of this dude getting taken from various like photography pages, and I always thought like, damn, that's pretty cool, but like this season Bin came out, so I'm not even gonna try to like look for him because I already know it's gonna be, the price is already trying to be OD. So when this dude was selling it for, he sold this for 60. When he was selling it for 60, I'm like, yo, I'm too fucking lucky, it looks like. But we got Brave in the front with his light blue, the beautiful, nice light blue. And then we have him holding his hands up because he's a doctor. What else is he doing? He doesn't do much, it looks like. I love this dude in the show. He had a great debut episode. Great design. The what do you call this? The SD Gundam eyes look best on him, I think, and they still do look really good on him. Wow, this shit is really sealed still, I think. Yeah, it's really still sealed, unless he just taped this one back. But either way, this one is taped up. I was hyped to pose him up, but I'm gonna just open up another figure because this one is still sealed. Actually, maybe I'll still take him out. I'm gonna inevitably open it up anyway. But that was the haul. Let me just try to get everyone in the picture real quick. All right, so we got everyone in the picture. I'm gonna just put him in front because there's no more space. I don't put him in front of that. But that's everything I got. In total, I spent like, admittedly, like 540 or something like that. But you already know, like, all this stuff all together would not be 540 elsewhere. Super happy to hype to pose him up and put him on display and all that. Moving out soon, so they should be nice in a display case or something like that, which was the main thing on my mind when I bought these, actually, just having them in a display case to display, because I love Kamen Rider. But again, there it is. Again, shout out to that dude that sold all these. Thank you so much. If you can tell from the video, very happy that these arrived. I'm very happy to have these in my collection. If you like Digimon and all that, subscribe, because I don't see myself buying a fuckload of Kamen Rider